Hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and tonight we have the easiest exercise of logic that we have ever seen in royal drama history. And the best way to put it in simple words is Lady B of Belsize's tweet. Your husband states in a court of law that if the media hadn't messed up his life, he would have married someone else and is seeking damages for it. I don't care who you are. That's got to sting. I expect Chelsea's husband is not too happy about this either. In other words, this is Harry going to a court of law and complaining that he could have married Chelsea Davy if the mainstream media hadn't harassed them that much. I am not an expert in matters of the heart by any means, but I can say that I have watched more than 5 Richard Curtis movies, and no, I am not gay, which is even more surprising given this cinematographic feat. But what most romantic movies have in common is that one or both of the protagonists have their own relationships. Then something happens, they break up, then the protagonists meet, they fall for each other, then comes the conflict when some kind of dark secret is revealed, then they grow apart, but they end up together. She opens an OnlyFans, he becomes a Twitch streamer, they live happily ever after. You know, I'm trying to adapt these stories for modern times. What I mean is that original relationships that the protagonists had, that breakup, that fallout, even if it's painful at first, it becomes a blessing. Because that's how you end up marrying your true love. And up to this moment, I sincerely thought that Harry's true love was Meghan, because all of the hints of this amazing woman, you know how Harry says that word, right? Amazing, amazing. And those clues on funding freedom. Prince Harry called Meghan Markle the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen after their first date. Although, oh yeah, it wasn't Harry who said this. This was funding freedom. It was Meghan who wrote that part herself. But no, seriously, imagine that Harry goes to a high court and makes a formal complaint about the mainstream media destroying his relationship with Chelsea Davy. I mean, any woman in Meghan's shoes would be deeply upset about this. Because, well, wasn't it a blessing that the mainstream media made him break up with Chelsea and finally meet his amazing woman? What kind of man is so dense to do this on his own and treat the mother of his children like this? Do you find any logic to it? Do you find any common sense to such actions? Is that what a man who loves his wife would do? It's as absurd as those claims that Catherine had mastermind planned to make sure Meghan Markle would have had a rotten time at King Charles' coronation. Who's gonna believe that? Well, I found it funny that their pictures have 100% Mexican telenovela vibes. But going back to the monthly shit show of Meghan and Harry, either Gingerbread is thick as a brick, or all this stuff bringing Chelsea Davy back is the most desperate attempt of Meghan to regain any kind of relevance. And Canalchi Dadel says it best. When a man is truly happily married, he does not find a way to always bring his exes up. Not only it is disrespectful to your actual wife, but it is telling. For a man who is supposed to have married for love, Harry gives Sirius his settled energy. Meanwhile, Chelsea, and let's not forget that Meghan also copied Chelsea when she made the card interview. I mean, there are so many creepy things here, and I can't help but find all these coincidences terrifying. And you know that I'm all for body language, but words and intentions can also be read. Just like Satya Gotusaris says, yeah, I got a feeling he was describing a shiny new car when describing Meghan, but he described Chelsea and Cressida as someone he deeply cared up. But his heart, if I may say so, goes pum-pum for Catherine. My jaw dropped when I read him write about her like he was a poet in love. That must be what sparks these headlines. Princess Kate and Prince William want Prince Harry as far away from royal family as possible as bitter feud continues. Can't you blame them? Less than 24 hours ago, we had the discount Barbie Ken claiming that it was William and Catherine's kids that made them arrive late at the coronation, a blatant lie. And since he has risen to the category of friend of Meghan, then you know who calls those shots. Kate and William are not currently on speaking terms with the Duke of Sussexes following a string of public digs he launched on the senior royals in his autobiography Spare. The couple did not appear to interact with Prince Harry during King Charles' coronation on Saturday. And now a friend of Prince William has that the Prince and Princess of Wales want to maintain distance between the royal family and Prince Harry. And what's more, Prince William awards honor to ex-royal aide who called Meghan Markle a bully. Jason Knopf was made a lieutenant of the Royal Victorian Order at Windsor Castle on Wednesday. Knopf worked for the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex during his years as an employee of the royal family. He previously worked as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's communications secretary. I'm really happy for him because he did an amazing job all those years. And the fact is that there are bullies everywhere, and I don't like to include them in my episodes because they don't deserve any screen time at all. But sometimes it's a well-deserved burn. So thanks to Chris Rose, we had the receipts. Shouty Shola first said, Queen Camilla official coronation picture with blackamoor statues in frame depicting racist connotations of black people. This is staggeringly racist, offensive, and disgusting. After Princess Michael of Kent blackamoor brooch disaster with Meghan Markle, this is a choice and intentional. 5 minutes later, Shouty Shola, I stand corrected if these are not blackamoor statues behind Camilla as I thought, but of weeping women. Bottom line, if there are blackamoor items or anything of historical racist depiction in the palaces, it should be removed, placed in a museum so history doesn't repeat itself. But wait, there's more. She actually doubles down. Deleted my previous tweet for the avoidance of doubt. Just to be clear, my outrage, if it were true, still stands. Morning. Chris Longhorn describes it best. I'm going to reduce my tally of victim points, but if I had in fact been a victim, I would have given myself a perfect victimhood score of 10. And as I'm having to roll back my claims of victimization, that does make me a bit of a victim, so I still win the victim internet today. That's exactly what we have to deal with on a daily basis. This sounds like how Meghan treated Millie McIntosh, who admits she felt snubbed when Methane met Prince Harry after they bonded over their divorces. Classic Meghan, a pump and dump scheme, but with friends. Speaking on her Mom Lemma's podcast, the Made in Chelsea star revealed she became pals with the Suits star after they met at a hotel event in Turkey and even gave her all of her contacts when she moved to London. Millie added that she and Meghan met up in the capital and she shared her favorite hotspots, but things changed when rumors swirled that she and Harry were dating. She added that she sent Meghan a message offering her well wishes, but was surprised to receive an abrupt response. Millie went on to tell her co-host Charlie Bode that she felt snubbed by Meghan after reading the response and decided she wouldn't contact her again. I have a feeling that this is not the last time we're going to hear stories like this. My wonderful 116,000 Royal Rogues, plus the 500,000 who haven't subscribed yet, somehow, I love you all. Remember to like this video and the 2 most important words. Much love and bliss.